So there's no guarantees in this life. Yet we have this facade that there is some source of security, and it's really not there. We never know when we're going to get sick. We never know when we're going to die. So it's so important to live each moment as full and complete as you possibly can. I'd like to share my story, one of inspiration, for anyone that's going through any physical, mental, or emotional problems. As I was in a very, very low state, it was definitely the lowest I've ever been, and it was the hardest to get through. But after I got through my journey, my healing holiday, I call it, I feel the most empowered I've ever felt in my life. So a little background. I'm vegan, but I was almost a little bit fundamental. There was no balance there. And I was biking and yoga and swimming on a regular basis. So one day, I noticed blood in my stools. I was in another country, and I just thought it would go away. Not only did it not go away, it perpetuated with a stressful bit of information that was given to me. Not having any health insurance, I decided to go back to my country, and lo and behold, I had another holiday, 2 months in the hospital. So that's where my journey began. It was almost directly right into the hospital. And in that time period, I did not know what was ahead of me. I had 4 internal specialists in the gastrointestinal department tell me that my internal photographs were the worst they've ever seen. Frequenting the bathroom about 30 to 40 times a day. And I got the severity of it. I got to 90 pounds, 7 blood transfusions, and I could not walk. I had to use a wheelchair. So that's pretty humbling. Anyways, there was many gifts in this, and this is what I'm hoping to share with you, is the gifts from any situation you or a loved one might be going through. We have 2 perspectives on looking at anything that we're going through. One is that things are happening to us, and we become a victim. We don't take any responsibility, and there's room for blame. And there is an ability to give power away because we're not listening inside. The second perspective is that things are happening for us as an opportunity to grow, and we take full accountability and responsibility. And in that, the exchange of that is self-empowerment. When we look at emotions, energy and motion, they can block various centers in the body. And when we perpetuate certain emotions over again that don't feel good, it blocks certain areas of the body. I was on the bed in the hospital when I first got in there, and I was over here. I was in that victim mentality, why me, poor me, crying, feeling sorry for myself, can't believe this is happening. And I just had this revelation that just came over me, because everything that I was thinking was just spiraling downwards. And it didn't feel good. So I decided in that moment to make a pact to myself that I'm going to spiral upwards, and I'm going to allow my mind to come over matter. So mind over matter, and I'm going to heal this. I'm going to find out how I created this energetically and what I need to do to change it to create harmony in my body. Sounds easy, right? Well, it was good that I was there for 2 months because it gave me time to work on this. So after that, I decided to all right, I'm not buying anything the doctor is saying. I am going to ask my higher self, what is it that created this dis-ease, and what do I need to do to create harmony? So that's what I did every day. And it really came down to, at the very end of it, it came down to loving myself. But the first message that was really clear, it said, the love that you want from your boyfriend, because I was really insecure and I needed physical connection all the time with him, you need to give that love to yourself. And you cannot do it while you're in the relationship, so you have to get rid of him. So after 5 years of being in a partnership, I let him go in the hospital. And then slowly, there was more messages, all about relationships. My family, my connection to my immediate family, and then really my connection to self. So that was a slow process. And each time that the doctors would say something to me, I never took on what they said. So here's a little trick. We give our power away to the doctors all the time, and they don't even know us. And energetically, they don't know nothing what's happening to us. So the doctor would point at me, you're a really sick girl and you need medication for the rest of your life. And there was this moment where her tone and her energy, that the finger transmits energy. All of our fingers, our eyes transmit energy, we transmit energy. And I was feeling like these darts of energy of being thrown at me. So in defense, I created from my forehead center these blocks. And every time, and I'd never say it out loud, I would just energetically do it. You're a sick girl. Psh, no, I'm not. And I would just create all these blocks energetically. And anytime the doctor said anything that I didn't agree with, or that it was just you need medication for the rest of your life. Psh, no, I don't. Your belief, not mine. Anything that they said that was not empowering, I never took it on. So much to the fact that I never admitted that I had this disease or that disease, because then the brain gets in the way and it starts to believe that we have it. So when I would have my stomach palpated, and I was in a lot of pain, I never said I was in pain. I never even took painkillers. But what I did do was call upon that witness consciousness. Now, it wasn't easy, but I'd be like, okay, this is happening to me, but I'm going to imagine that I'm coming out of my body and I'm watching the sensations. So I wouldn't call it pain, I called it sensations. And that's what I did. And every day I'd write out affirmations. I would ask these same questions of what I need to do to heal. I did mantras. I did breath work. I had a lot of support, and that support translated as love. I was really humbled by the experience, you can imagine, not being able to walk, and my whole body changed. And it was one of the gifts that I saw in that was I'm not my body. I still had my spirit. And as a woman, we all have this conditioning. A lot of us have the conditioning that we're not skinny enough. And so I finally got to this place, and it didn't feel good at all. I didn't look good. I didn't feel good. And yet within me, there was still that strong spirit. And it taught me that I'm so not the body. So after that whole experience, and after 2 months of being in the hospital, that insecurity about my body, completely gone. Because I'm not my body. But we have an attachment to our body. Yes, I will take care of it, but that's not who I am. It's the spirit inside. just to review a few things, if you're going through something. Number one is coming from this place of taking full responsibility and accountability is needed before any transformation happens. Number two is that believing you can do it. I'm a normal person like everybody else, and we have this innate wisdom inside of us. Are you telling your blood to circulate? Are you telling the lymph to move? Our body is governed by intelligence. Are you telling the cells to die and new cells to be born? There is so much wisdom that happens within our body. We need to tap into this wisdom by believing in it, and it gives to us, but we have to listen. So one is being responsible. Two is believing that you can make change and you can heal yourself. Three is asking the questions that you need to make the changes and be willing to make those changes. And four is listening. And I would say five is not believing anyone else other than yourself. No one knows what's going to be best for you other than you. You can have suggestions. I'm a real natural kind of girl, and I like natural medicine, but at the very beginning, because I was so sick, I could only handle one modality at a time. So I took on the Western medication. It was prednisone, I think. It was prednisone, which is a steroid, and it puffed out my cheeks, and I looked like a chipmunk, to add in the humility. Anyways, it is what it is. It was all perfect. And I'm out on the other side feeling pretty empowered that this is within all of us. And I share this story to give inspiration. Now, on the other side, I offer myself to coach other people who wish to have support on their journey to self-empowerment. Because before I started my healing holiday, I certainly didn't have it. I was very insecure. I was very, everything that I'm not now. So sometimes we need a little boost, we need a little support, and we need guidance. So if it is that you're seeking that, I invite you to drop me a line and see if it feels right for both of us to work with each other. And if not, you can just take the tips that I've given you so you can heal yourself. Because we created the dis-ease, we create the harmony. It's just like stress. Where is it found? Nowhere outside other than our own minds. If it was the last day on earth, would whatever you're stressed out about really matter so much? I hope this has given you a little bit of inspiration, and you find that empowerment within your body in whatever situation you are in, mentally, emotionally, physically. Thanks for watching.